In a quiet city that never truly sleeps, a man named Daniel walked to work under the soft glow of streetlights. Every night felt the same, until the dream inside him began to grow. He stepped into the empty office lobby, the flickering lights greeting him like old friends. At his lonely reception desk, surrounded by silence, he settled in for another long shift. In the darkness, the brightest thing around him was the soft glow of his old phone. Whenever the building fell completely still, he typed, slowly, carefully, lovingly. Rain tapped against the windows as if cheering him on, and still he kept writing. Cheap coffee barely kept him awake, but his determination burned stronger than caffeine ever could. Night after night he wrote, his hands telling stories only his heart understood. He imagined entire worlds, characters, adventures, impossible dreams waiting to become real. One night, exhausted and curious, he searched, "How do you self-publish a book?" The screen glowed like a doorway opening. In that small break room, he formatted his first manuscript on a tiny phone screen. Then, with shaky hands and a hopeful heart, he pressed publish. And then, nothing. Days passed, no readers, no reviews, only silence. But Daniel didn't quit. He wrote another book, and another. He typed while patrolling empty hallways, squeezing creativity into every spare second. At 3 a.m., he was just a tiny figure in a huge silent building, yet the worlds in his mind were louder than ever. Some nights he fell asleep at his desk, the phone glowing beside him like a small lighthouse. Then, one midnight, ping! His notification awoke him. His first review. Someone, somewhere, had read his story and loved it. For the first time in a long while, Daniel smiled. As days passed, more readers discovered his books. People on trains and cafes, in their homes, they read the worlds he had built in the dark. His book began spreading on social media, shared by strangers who believed in him. A small book club picked it up and fell in love with his storytelling. Charts began to rise in his favor, slowly at first, then suddenly. His phone buzzed with non-stop notifications. Everything he once dreamed of was happening. His story went viral. Now Daniel wrote with energy, speed, excitement, no longer tired, but alive with purpose. He stepped outside after work one morning and felt the sunrise differently. Warm, hopeful, new. Checking his dashboard, he saw the word he thought he'd never see: bestseller. He covered his mouth, overwhelmed. For once, the sunrise felt like it was rising for him. He packed up his security uniform. His days of guarding empty hallways were over. He walked away from his desk for the final time, leaving behind the life he had outgrown. In a tiny, cozy room, he set up a simple writing desk, a lamp, a notepad, a laptop. Nothing fancy, just enough for a man who only needed space to dream. Now, he wrote his first book as a full-time author. His bookshelf slowly filled with his own published novels, stories born in the quietest nights. His words reached readers across the world, each glowing dot a heart he had touched. He signed books for young readers who reminded him of who he used to be. News headlines celebrated his journey from security guard to best-selling novelist. He even appeared on podcasts and online interviews, sharing how he started with nothing but a phone. He walked through a bookstore and spotted his book on the shelf, proof that dreams could grow anywhere. He touched the cover, proud, grateful, amazed. Now he writes at night from a place of peace instead of exhaustion. New characters float around his imagination like old friends. He types joyfully, freely, doing what he was always meant to do. Some evenings he sits quietly with a warm drink, simply thankful for how far he has come. And finally, at the end of each day, you'll find him at his desk, writing under the soft glow of sunset. The same man, the same dream, but now the world is listening.